Hey, this is Aaron, Grilling with Aaron, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a smoked brisket on the Traeger Woodridge Elite Series grill. Let's get to it. Alright, so first things first, we are going to apply some rub on the beef brisket. This is just the 2.5 pound brisket that I picked up at my local grocery store. And I already made the rub already. So what I did was I mixed a bunch of household ingredients that I had around the house. As you all know, I don't like to actually go and purchase any dry rubs in the store usually. If I do, that's fine, but I just usually make my own rub. And this rub that you can see in here contains 2 tablespoons of coarse kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of coarse black pepper, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, and 2 tablespoons of ground coriander. And I'll put the recipe rub on the screen here for you all to look at and make your own dry rub, but this is what I put together here this afternoon. And what we're going to do is we're going to apply this all over the brisket, and we're going to wrap it in some plastic wrap and let it go in the fridge overnight, and then early in the morning we're going to go ahead and put this on the smoker. So without further ado, let's go ahead and apply the dry rub. As you can see here, I'm just liberally applying the dry rub like any other piece of meat that you see in my videos here. I'm definitely not shy about applying the rub. You just want to make sure you cover the whole entire meat. And just for purposes here, I did not actually trim any of this brisket. I just simply went to the store and bought it and did not do any type of trimming whatsoever. So as you can see, I'm just applying the rub over the meat. I'm going to do front and back, sides, all that kind of fun stuff. As you can see that there was a lot of fat, which is totally fine because that fat will actually render as we go through the cook in the morning here. So I hope everyone's having a great week so far. This happens to be Sunday evening here in beautiful Wisconsin. And this is actually Labor Day weekend here in the States. So I figured this would be a great treat for the family to enjoy as we wind down with all the kids going back to school finally. And if there's any parents watching the video, yay parents. I know sometimes it could be pretty stressful with the kids at home all the time, asking you questions or asking you to do stuff. So hopefully everyone's having a great summer so far. So as you can see, I'm still just applying the rub here on here. So I'm just, making sure all the sides are covered in rub. And what this is going to do is so actually as we put this in the fridge overnight, it's going to allow all the salts and everything to get into the meat and make it a little bit more flavorful. And just let the, let the rub do its thing, right? So we're applying the rub on all sides. Just double checking, make sure we're good. And as you can see, I have quite a bit left here, which is totally fine. We can still go ahead and apply. Make sure we got all the sides here covered. Front and back, anywhere you see any meat showing, just go ahead and apply the rub. All right, so overall this looks good. As you can see, I didn't really use a heck of a lot, but that's totally fine. But as you can see here, the rub is applied, all good. All right, next phase here, we need to go ahead and apply, we need to go ahead and wrap this up in preparation for the fridge. So I do have some plastic wrap here available, so I'll go ahead and start plastic wrapping this up. Yeah, this is a small beef brisket that I picked up at the grocery store. To be honest, I did not need a lot just because it's only the family and I. And this is actually the first time I'm ever smoking or cooking a brisket ever in my life. So we'll see how this turns out. However, I'm not really nervous about it, honestly. I'm just looking to see how good I do or how bad I do and make adjustments from there. So as you can see, I did wrap this in there, and what we'll do to avoid any leakage in the refrigerator is we'll go ahead and put this in a plastic bag here, just for purposes. So in case if there is any leakage or anything going on, it will all be in the plastic bag here. So I'll go ahead and apply this and put this in the bag. All right, and we're good to go. That was easy. All right, and here it is. There it is, folks. The brisket is ready to go into the fridge. We're gonna let it go for about 12 hours in the fridge overnight. And we are gonna go ahead and get this thing started early in the morning. All right, it is time. Let's go ahead and put this brisket on the smoker. As you can see, I have already unwrapped it from the fridge. I put actually 2 probes in this meat today. I have one that dedicated a Traeger probe, which is wired, and I also have a wireless probe, as you can see here on the other side of the brisket here. It's this black piece sticking out right here. The reason why I'm doing 2 probes today is just for consistency and making sure that if one probe decides to not record accurately, there's another probe that will allow it, allow me to really monitor the meat closely, because on a brisket like this, it is quite expensive. So I just want to make sure I have a little bit more accuracy than say like a whole chicken or salmon or things like that, right? So I just want to make sure I have consistency throughout the whole cook today. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this on the smoker. We're sitting at about 5:35 a.m. So let's go ahead and get this thing on low and slow. And the smoker's already set at 225. So let's go ahead and get this on, and we'll just monitor the cook as we proceed. All right, now the fun begins. Let's go ahead and monitor this cook throughout the day, and we'll continue on. Okay, after about 6 hours or so, we are ready to go ahead and get this beef brisket wrapped. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We got some bark forming here. Let's go ahead and take another probe. Oh yeah, it's definitely tender here. We're at about 168 degrees internal temp, and that's what the internal probe for the Traeger, which is this one here, shows. And then my other one from Chef IQ also has that. So again, I'm looking at between 165 and 170 internal temp, and we're at 171 right now. So that indicates to me that, yep, this is ready to be pulled, and we are looking good, folks. So let's go ahead and get this thing wrapped. Now we're going to go ahead and get this wrapped here in aluminum foil. And then we're going to get our probes back in, and then we are going to go ahead and finish this off in the smoker for a couple more hours until internal temp is between 203 and 205 degrees Fahrenheit for internal temp. Yeah, as of right now, it's pretty tender, so we're just gonna go ahead and monitor this for a couple more hours here. All right, let's get this back on the smoker. All right, we'll see you in a couple hours. Okay, so I just got notified that the internal temperature is between 200 and 203 degrees. So let's go ahead and double check that with an Insta-Read thermometer. Okay, we're gonna go and check it right now. See what we're dealing with here. All right, so I'm looking at 203 degrees internal temp here. Check another side here. Yep, 200. Yep, 200 degrees as well. So let's go ahead and get this wrapped. What I'll do is I'll get this prepped and ready for wrapping here again. So what I do usually is I just wrap in aluminum foil again to avoid any juices or mess. I'll just go ahead and lay some paper down here, aluminum foil. And at this point in time, I just take all the probes out and I just wrap it in a container. Sometimes I use a cooler, but actually today I have a new product that was actually gifted to me recently. So we'll go ahead and give that a try today. So I'll just go ahead and take all the probes out. Yeah, it's pretty effortless to take the probes out at this point of the game. Take out the other probe. Look at that, it comes out like butter. All right, I'll put another layer on here. We'll just wrap this up nice and tight. Okay, and then what we have over here today is a barbecue meat blanket that I recently received as a gift over Christmas, and I'm finally getting a chance to use it here. Actually, you know what? It wasn't for Christmas, it was for Father's Day. So I'll go ahead and put this in here. Okay, there's the wrap brisket. We'll put it in here. And then we'll just seal it up. We zip it up, I should say. And we'll let it rest for, I would say, let's give this about an hour, and we'll come back and we'll start carving. Okay, so the brisket has been resting for over an hour, and now we're gonna go ahead and get this cut up and see what we're dealing with. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Unzipping the bag here. There it is. It's still pretty warm too. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Okay. There's a nice little smoke ring here. Kind of reminds me of cutting steak a little bit. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, so this is the end result here. And I guess we'll go ahead and see what this tastes like. I'll go ahead and pick out this end cap here. We'll give it a shot and see what's going on. Oh, wow. Wow. This is really good. Like I said, you know, first time making brisket ever in my life. Can't complain. This isn't bad. isn't bad at all. I mean, look at the juices come out of here. It's like, oh, wow. I can understand why people rave over brisket. Like I said, very first time making brisket, the spice rub is not overbearing. Nice smoke ring on here. It's like eating candy. Not bad. Not bad. All right, so this concludes the cook for today. Like I said, I started this at around 6 a.m. this morning on Labor Day, and it just got done. We're looking at almost 3 o'clock, so 6, 7, 8, 9, almost just under 9 hours for a 2.5 pound brisket. Overall, fantastic. I don't really have any complaints. Like I said, I never had smoked brisket in my life. This is really good. It's a simple recipe. It took a little effort on my part to actually get up in the morning and throw on the smoker, but wow, not bad. You can just look at the smoke rings on here. I mean, it's pretty good. Pretty good end cap here. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I would say this is definitely a backyard barbecue crowd pleaser. But honestly, I think any brisket's good. This is coming from a guy that just ate his first brisket here for you all. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, or just want to talk about barbecue or smoking or grilling, feel free to reach out to me. You can go to my website, that's grillingwithaaron.com. I'm available on the Facebook page. That's simply Grilling with Aaron. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. So if you have TikTok, feel free to follow me on there. And I hope everyone is staying healthy and active, and hope everyone had a great summer. I know we're winding up here, our summer here in Wisconsin already. I know it's only September 1st, but time flies when you're having fun. And thank you all for watching, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to the next video. Thank you.